everybody, it's your girl Asia Speaks, and I'm back with another video. Before you do anything, make sure you subscribe. So I know it has been like since over a year since I made a YouTube video. It's been so long. I was just doing this for fun, and then I just got so busy and crazy with my schedule with school and working. But everybody's like, you make another video, make another video. I miss watching your videos. Do this on the side when you have free time. So I'm back with another video. A lot has changed. First of all, I hope everybody is being safe, taking care of their health. Obviously, we're still in the pandemic of COVID-19, so I hope everybody has been safe and, just protecting yourselves and wearing your mask and all that. So the purpose of this video, I kind of just want to make a video like up to date about my life and pretty much my college experience during COVID-19. So let's get into it. So where do I want to begin? Where do I want to start? Well, first things first. So I'm a senior at Temple University, major in journalism, and I've decided to actually minor in Africology and African American Studies. So this is my last final semester. I will be graduating this December 2021, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I'm so ready to be done with school. Like, honestly, I'm sick of paying for school and then going through the whole FAFSA application and, then just having crazy schedule with classes and all that good stuff. But I wanted to talk about, just share like my experience of being in college throughout the pandemic, because a lot has happened. A lot of stuff has been pushed online, and maybe some college students can relate to me. So let's start with I guess back in 2020. Let's start the year 2020. So in the beginning of 2020, I actually took a leave of absence for college because it just became too much to pay for. I didn't have enough money to pay to register for the next semester, so I decided to take a leave of absence. Just work a lot, work overtime, save up, and then pay for school. So I did that from January through May, saved up, and then got back in school, and I was so excited. So I was really excited about that, and especially because I'm so close to graduate. I only have like a year left, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna just take off. Sometimes you gotta do what you have to do, and I know people who took a leave of absence had to take a semester off or even a year off, and school is great and everything, but it's very hard. It's financially too. It's just when you don't have. So the way with Temple, how it works is that when you're registered for your classes, then you get billed if you have to come out of pocket with anything. That's after your all the loans and the grants that you get. So you might have to come out of pocket. And the thing is, in order to register for the next semester, there's a deadline. You have to pay what you owe now by that deadline, and if you don't, then you can't register for the next semester. So that's what happened with me. So unfortunately, I had to take a leave of absence off, but it's okay. It's okay. Things happen. You have to do what you have to do. So that's what I did. And then I got back in school. I paid my balance off, and I got back in school for fall semester of 2020. So of course, this is when, 2020, the pandemic was happening, everything was getting shut down. It was crazy. So August 2020 comes up, I'm registered for classes, I'm super excited. And then, everybody wasn't sure, like, okay, like, are we moving back on campus? Is everything being pushed online, or what's going on? So with my experience, so August of 2020, I registered for my classes, and a couple classes I had in person and some were online. So I was just like, okay, since some of them are in person, let me just move back to campus in Philly. So later of August of 2020 came, I'm registered for classes. I pack all my stuff. I'm moving into my dorm on Temple campus. And, I got moved in, settled in and everything. We had to wear masks. And, that's another thing with the whole moving process. So when I was moving into my dorm, only one person, so of course you had to wear your mask, and only one person was allowed to come in the dorm with me to help me move. And, normally, like, before the COVID, like, your whole family could come, whatever, everybody can help you move your stuff in. But it was only had to be one person. So I think my mom helped me first to move my stuff in, And then she left, went in the car, and I brought my sister in so she could see, like, you know, my whole dorm and everything. And then they left. So I was settled in, you know, we weren't allowed to bring any guests over at our dorm. Like, they were so super strict on that because of the pandemic. And we had to wear masks anytime we were leaving our rooms, walking through the building. You had to wear masks on, you know, on campus, in classes. So then 2 weeks later, I get an email from Temple University, of course, saying that all classes are going to be pushed online. There's not going to be any in-person classes, at least for my major, and I'm pretty sure for other departments. I'm not so sure with those who went to nursing school doing their clinics. Maybe their clinics might still have to be in person. I wasn't too sure, but at least for my major, everything was pushed online. So Temple, they were like, and with the house, and they were like, okay, since all the classes are online, if you want to move home, you can, but you have to move home by a certain deadline in order to receive a refund. Because I was already made payments for my dorm and for my tuition when I was moving in. So because everything's pushed online, they're like, if you guys want to move back home, then if you move back home and then fill out this application that you successfully moved out your dorm, you can get a refund. So, of course, I brought a lot of stuff, y'all. Like, I need my things. So I was on campus literally for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. That was it. Got that email. And I was like, you know what? Since everything is online, it doesn't make sense for me to live on campus, spend thousands of dollars just living in a dorm, you know, and then for everything to be online. There's not going to be any in-person classes. Unless if I had a job in Philly, you know, okay, maybe it would make more sense for me to stay, or if I had other things like internships or stuff like that. But I was like, you know what, let me move back home so then I can work the way I want to and I'm comfortable in my own home. So I went through that whole process. I hit up my one best friend. She helped me move all my stuff out and all of that. And I had to fill out the application, you know, saying that I successfully moved out of my dorm and I want a refund. So that was a whole process of stuff. I was mad, but I kind of figured like they were going to push everything online because the COVID rates were going up. But, you know, they say social distance. But, you know, of course, people, you know, college students, they're going to party, whatever, have social gatherings. COVID rates are going to go up. So that's exactly what happened. And I think people on campus even tested positive for COVID, if I'm not mistaken. So there was that whole process. So I packed all my stuff after literally being there for only 2 weeks and moved back home for the rest of the remaining of the semester. And I got my refund, thank God, because I was not playing. I was on that with Temple. I'm like, make sure I get my refund, you know, because I'm moving back home. So I got that. So that was nice. But a lot of people figured, you know, they were going to do that. We didn't know what was going to happen being a pandemic. And I know a lot of students were packing, moving back home. Like, I've seen a lot of people packing, you know, parents coming, whoever's picking them up with the, and we have like these big pushing carts to like put your stuff in to move out. So yeah, that was crazy. So I moved back home for the remaining of that fall semester. And, you know, honestly, and it was kind of like a blessing in disguise. I moved back home. I got my refund. I saved so much more money just me working the hours that I can work because my classes were online. Now, as far as classes being online, I liked it and then didn't like it. I don't know if any other college students out there have the same experience as me. It was kind of difficult it was difficult doing online classes in the very beginning, and then I kind of got used to it because so in the beginning, so with Temple, with our classes, we used the app Zoom. So that was my very first time using Zoom. So I had to learn how to use Zoom and all the features and how to like, okay, enter into my class. And if I want to chat in the group on Zoom with my peers, how to do that and all that. So it was a little difficult at first, and also because everybody does not have the best Wi-Fi. So sometimes like when a student is talking online on the Zoom and you can't, I don't know if their connection is acting up or whatever, and it's kind of hard to hear them. And the same goes with teachers. Sometimes some of the professors, their Wi-Fi acts up, and then it's just like, what happened? Like, yeah. So, and then I remember the one time we had a storm, and the power went out, and I was literally in the beginning of class, you know, and then power went out, and like I had no connection. Like, I was so mad. I'm just like, really? And I couldn't even return back to the class. By the time the power came back on, the class was already over. I was just like, oh my God. Like, so stuff like that, like doing online classes, the weather can definitely affect that, depending on, so yeah. But I got through it. And then, you know what? With me, like, let's see. I didn't mind the online classes. It's some people, can how some people learn better in person being in front of their teacher, because then you can ask them questions and stuff, or like some people are a visual learner. I didn't mind the online classes. I would say the hard part of doing online classes for me was doing projects virtually with your peers. That was kind of challenging because we're not all together in the same area, in the same room. So that was a little difficult, but I got through those group projects. So that was I was still a junior, so that was my fall 2020 semester. So then let's go to 2021. So spring 2021, that was January to May, I was a senior. So that was my first semester being a senior. I was super excited. So 2021 has been such a crazy year. So the beginning of my spring semester of 2021, I registered for classes and everything, which I was excited about, and that's when I wanted to declare a minor in Africology and African American Studies. So I looked at the classes. I had to get approved by Temple, that I can declare that minor, which I did. And then I looked up the classes that I had to take for that specific minor, and I took majority of those classes for spring of 2021 semester. So January comes. Literally right before the semester started, I caught COVID. I caught COVID-19, and it was definitely challenging. So I caught COVID-19, so I had to take off work for 10 days. That was kind of scary. I was literally like just quarantining myself in my own room, separate from my family. Anytime I came out of my room, I would wear an N95 mask. I'm cleaning, always washing my hands, wiping stuff down. So that literally, I'm just like, out of all the things, so that literally happened right before the semester started, is when I caught it. So, and but my symptoms, they weren't severe. They weren't bad at all. I just had, I was coughing a lot, stuffy, runny nose, and that was about it. I lost my sense, like my taste, just a little bit, and then it came back. So classes started for that semester, and my bad guys, my dog, I know you guys can't see him, my dog is just, go ahead, Shada, go over there. My dog is just running around. So classes started, and I had COVID. So I was emailing, yes, I was on, and all my classes were online again. So I was literally starting my senior semester online Zoom, having COVID and being sick. I was just like, oh my gosh, like really, out of all the things. But I definitely emailed my professors, and I was like, hey, just let you know about my health. I have COVID-19, so I will do my best to try to show up on the virtual meetings for Zoom, do my best. If I'm not feeling well, then I'll let you know, like, hey, I can't show up to class, and I was like, I'll make sure I try to get the assignments done. And my professors were very lenient. They were, they were okay with that. Like, your health comes first, do what you have to do. If you need a deadline or extension for, an assignment or whatever, just let us know. So they were very nice about it. So yeah, like that first week was so crazy, and just starting a new semester of the classes can be very overwhelming because you have a whole new schedule. With each class comes with a syllabus, with all the textbooks that you need, all the assignments and stuff that you have to do. So it was definitely very overwhelming for me, and I was so stressed out. But then, and then also being sick, having COVID. So that was definitely challenging, but hey, I got through it. I prayed about it. My family prayed for me because I let them know, and I got through it. So like within the 10 days, I started feeling better. So my symptoms were kind of worse in the beginning, but they weren't bad. I just felt sick, like I felt like doing anything. But I'm like, you're in school, you're in debt for a reason. I'm going to get through it. And so I literally just did my classes in my room. you know, the whole entire time until, well, not the whole entire time, but majority of the time when I had COVID, or if I was coming downstairs to sit at the table, I would wear my mask, you know, N95 mask, and do my classes online. So that was definitely challenging, but I got through it, and then eventually I got better. Oh my God, that was super crazy, but I got through it. And also, with that semester, I got straight A's. Made it on the dean's list by the end of May. So I was very excited. Like, all of that hard work has definitely paid off. I got straight A's. I was so excited because my goal was, I always wanted to make the dean's list at least once, you know, throughout my college, throughout my years being at college, and I made it. So I was so proud of myself. And literally, guys, I enjoyed my classes, but they were so hard. It was just like a lot of like putting hours of reading, taking notes, writing papers, and all of that. But I love all my professors, and I just enjoyed those classes, especially for the minor, for the Africology and African American Studies. I love all of my professors. We all had great discussions in class. So, you know, a lot of my professors, they really love what they do, and they really care about the students. So it's really great to see, even though my classes were online, it's really great to see that a professor is going to do everything he can do to make sure, you know, how can I improve my work? How can I improve my papers, my writing, assignments, the tests? And my professors, like, they really cared about the students and making sure that we pass, and that if we need anything, any help or anything, to always email them, ask them, you know, set up a one-on-one with them, you know, talk about whatever the case may be for that specific class. So I really, even though that semester was very tough, I really enjoyed it, and I loved all of my professors. So yeah, and then I made the dean's list. So all of that hard work and all that I went through has paid off. So I was super excited about that. I know that I will say that, like, with other college students that I hear, some people didn't like the online classes, you know, because some majority of people are better, you know, learning the class in person, or some people are a visual learner, or, like, you know, when you're in the class, if you have questions, you can ask the professor right there and then, and they'll answer the question for you. Versus, like, being online, if you have a question and you're not in the Zoom class, like, after the class is over, and you have questions about certain things, you have to email the professor, but it might take longer for the professor to email you back. So that was another challenge, you know. And then, like, with some of my classes, we were part of group me chats. So, like, if we had questions and we needed help, we would just message, or I would message my peers in that specific class, or they would message me like, oh, hey, like, you know how to do this assignment or that. So yeah, so online classes, it was definitely a challenge, but I actually like the online classes, for me, because it allowed me to be more flexible with my work schedule. So I could work more hours. I could work more the way I wanted to, versus living on campus. I can't work the way I want to because I'm all the way in Philly, and my job is all the way back home. So that was, being online classes has allowed me to work more, save up more, you know, because I'm always working. I love to work. Like, I love making money. Like, I need, you know, bills, gotta pay for school and all that. So yeah. So I am in my final semester for college. So this is the fall 2021 semester, and I cannot wait. Like, I'm like, December needs to hurry up and be here. Like, I cannot wait to graduate, because, like, just all the hard work I have been through a lot these past 4 years with college, and it's just like, you know, it's finally here, and, you know, it goes by so fast. I'm just like, you know what, I can't wait for, you know, for my final semesters to be here. Like, and I said that like a couple years ago, and now it's here. It just like flew by quick. So with this semester, I'm taking 5 classes total, because I need 15 credits. I needed 15 credits left to graduate. So I'm taking 5 classes total. So 4 of those classes are online, but 1 class is in person in Philly. And the class that's in person at it's in Center City. That's mandatory for my major, for journalism, in order to graduate, and it's like one of the most toughest classes ever out of all the classes I took for journalism. So I have no choice. So what I decided to do, instead of you know, living on campus just for 1 class, you know, I'd rather just stay home and just commute, because all of my other classes are online. So that's what I decided to do. So I decided to do, to just commute, because I'm like, why would I live in a dorm? And you know what? I have my experience, being in dorms, living on campus. And now in my final semester, I'm just ready to graduate. So I'm just like, does it make sense for me to live on campus and pay thousands of dollars for just one class? And all my other classes are virtual online. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna commute. I'll commute once a week, and I'd rather spend money to commute to Philadelphia once a week than to live on campus for the whole semester and pay thousands of dollars that my loans will not cover. So that's what I decided to do. And also, I recently applied for an internship. So I had the interview, and it's for a newspaper, and that's in New York, but the internship can be virtual. So I wanted to do a virtual internship, something I can do at home, and still get the experience and improve my resume. So I'm waiting to hear back from that interview, so wish me luck. The interview went well. It went very well, so I'm just waiting to hear back a call, hopefully that I got the internship. So if that's the case, if I get the internship and it's remote, then they will let me use that to, I had to email Temple, but the internship, they said that if I get the internship, I can use it as academic credit. So that means that I can drop a class because I only need 15 credits, and this will count as 3 credits. So if I get the internship, instead of taking 5 classes, I will take four classes and 1 internship. And I think that will work for me, because honestly, I haven't had an internship yet. And I know that sounds crazy, me being in school for 4 years, but I was like, I gotta, I want to get the experience, because a lot of people tell me, like, when it comes to applying for jobs after college, half the time they don't even care what school you go to. They care about your experience. What have you done? So I have done a couple things as far as like gaining some experience for journalism, but I didn't get an internship yet. And you guys, it's really hard to get an internship, and I don't know if anybody can relate to me, but I have applied for so many, and it's very competitive, because especially in the journalism field, a lot of people too apply for the same position, or like for a top news station or whatever, depending on what you want to do. And me, I wanted to go into broadcasting, so I was looking for like newsroom internships, or like, something like in the newsroom, or writing, like pretty much being in the news department for whatever, local TV station or something, or like, yeah. And it's very competitive, it's very hard, and sometimes it's not about what but who and then, you think that you go to an interview, and I think the interview went great and stuff, but then they might find somebody better with more experience than I have, and then they get the internship. So it's very competitive, but I was like, I'm not going to give up. I'm just going to keep applying. That's what I did. And I spent hours updating my resume, having people help me improve my resume, writing cover letters and all of that. So it's very hard to get an internship, but I think this interview went really well, so I hope I get the internship. I'm hoping. And yeah, for anybody, that's in college, with my major, they don't make a requirement to have an internship in order to graduate, but they definitely recommend applying for one, because, it's going to look good on your resume afterwards. And, it will let future employments know that, okay, I have the experience, so I hope I get it, because I need to build my resume up. But that's pretty much an up-to-date with me. And also, one of my journalism classes that I'm taking for my final semester. Hey, Shadow. Dog is down there. Okay, Shadow. Okay, get down, baby. Go over there. I'm doing a video. Go. He won't listen. So one of the classes that I'm taking for my final semester for journalism is a podcast class, and I'm very excited about that, because I'm already doing this YouTube channel, or done videos in the past about this. So I like to talk, and I like to talk about certain topics, so I find that I'm really excited. Like, what, my last semester, the classes I take, I want to be really excited about, because once after this semester, this is it. Unless I go for my master's, this is it. So I'm just like, okay, so I took the classes in the past that I took, like, for area specialization for journalism, like, included, like, broadcasting, like, television, like, being in front of, like, being, like, in a like sitting at a table, having, you know, another person next to you being, you know, a host or an anchor and reading a teleprompter and all of that. Like I did classes like that. So I wanted to develop skills in somewhere else. I'm like, why not podcasting? Let me try it, see if I like it. So I'm really excited to do that this semester. And maybe I was even thinking maybe, so for that class we have to create, I think, like 2 podcast shows, and we can choose whatever topic we want and bring whoever we want on that show. So I think that once I complete those assignments, I will definitely post that into my YouTube channel. Yeah, because I think I just want to try to I just want to try new things just to see what I like, because I'm not exactly sure what I want to do after I graduate. And to be honest, I feel like a lot of college students don't know what the hell they want to do after they graduate. I'm just like, I don't know, but I know I got student loans coming up after I graduate. But I definitely want to go into broadcasting. I definitely want to go in like to maybe like news reporting. Eventually I want to like direct and produce shows. So yeah, but then I was also thinking about, okay, if I like the podcast class, what about maybe creating a podcast on the side? So I was definitely thinking that. But as far as for like the podcast class, the topics I was thinking about covering is obviously the pandemic has affected a lot of people. A lot of people have lost their jobs and stuff, can't pay their bills, can't pay their rent. And it has been so crazy. Like so many businesses had to shut down, and then, you know, their workers for that business can't work and they have to find another job. It just has been so crazy. And especially in the healthcare system, you know, being in the healthcare system, having patients or residents that have COVID-19, being around them and seeing so many people die. It's just very sad. So I was thinking about, for the podcast that I can post on this YouTube, maybe like interview people, friends or whatever, about their experience of how COVID-19 has affected them. You know, and also with you know, pregnant moms that were pregnant during the pandemic, or, you know, had a baby, whatever. And, you know, I heard a lot of things about, you know, they were going to their appointments to get their ultrasound and all that, and they can't even bring their partner. They can't even bring a family member or friend because of COVID-19. Like, a lot of places were really strict like that. So those are just a couple ideas in mind. But yeah, so this is pretty much sums up right now my final semester. I'm so excited. Like, I cannot wait. And then I still have no idea what I want to do after graduation, but like, I just know, like, as for right now, I hope I get the internship, because I want to like I really want to improve my resume, make it look better, and gain more experience. And then, you know, doing YouTube on the side, you know, has allowed me to like improve my skills on, like, you know, first of all, just talking in front of the camera. And a lot of people say, like, yours are just so natural in front of the camera. Like, you just look like you're not nervous or anything. Like, you just naturally go with the flow and talk about anything, which I enjoy. I appreciate the comments of what people tell me. And then, you know, as far as like, hi Shadow, hi baby, he just keep going around. Okay, get down. And then just making my YouTube channel just gives me the skills to like produce and edit my own videos and just putting stuff together and making a nice video. So yeah, so that has been my experience so far of being in college during the pandemic of COVID-19. And, you know, I hope this video helps people out there, like, you know, to all my college students out there, anybody wanting to go to college and, you know, you're stressed out, whatever, like, just, you know, stay positive, just get through it, push yourself. Times will get hard, but just push yourself, do not give up. You know, there were many times in my experience, Shadow, get down. There were many times in my experience that, you know, I just wanted to go, like, I can't do this anymore with school. It's too much. But I'm just like, no, push yourself. I'm not going to give up. It's going to be worth it. And I made it to my final semester. So, but yeah, that sums up this video. I'm going to try to post more videos now. Shadow, really? He would play with his squeaky ball when the one time out of the day I wanted to make a video. Shadow, can you? But so that pretty much sums up this video about my experience during college. Feel free to like and share this video. Maybe this will help somebody else out who maybe might going through the same thing as me. If you want to even comment how COVID-19 has affected your life, you know, feel free to share, feel free to comment, you know. And also, if you guys have any topics that you want me to talk about or more about college or whatever, you know, drop in the comments, you know, and I'll try to make more videos about that. But yeah, I'm going to try to this year try to stay more consistent now. I'm doing this YouTube channel because I do enjoy making videos and talking. It's just a lot has happened. And I know that's not an excuse but I honestly just did this for fun. Like, but I'm just like, let me just make another video and have some free time, you know, talk to my followers, my subscribers, and I hope to gain more subscribers. But yeah, so everybody, please stay safe. Please stay safe, protect yourself. You know, we're still in a pandemic, and even though a lot of people are getting the vaccine, they're saying that, you know, from what I heard, that the COVID-19 rates are still going up. So just please stay safe. You know, I still wear a mask when I go out. You know, I don't play that. But yeah, stay safe, and I will be making another video soon. Not sure what it's gonna be about, but just, you know, stay up to date about what I post on my channel. And hope all you guys have a good day. Love you. Be safe.